Good morning and good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from around the world, and welcome back to Explorer. I want to thank you for joining. You guys are amazing, wherever you're watching us from around the world. Here we talk geostrategic engagement on how Africa navigates these unequal partnerships that it finds itself, whether it's in the United Nations, in the multilateral financial institutions, and more importantly, with regards to its engagement and the unpopular positions that African nations have taken. We have to continue to talk about this unequal partnership, unequal relationship, lack of collaboration. The continent is facing amazing, incredible challenges at the moment, going through incredible transition in terms of its own geopolitical survival. Some of you say geostrategic engagement is only important for governmental organizations. I tell you what, that's not true. The implications of activities in one part around the world could affect your food on the table in the continent of Africa, even in the continent of Europe, or in Latin America, or in North America, or in Asia. So Africa continues to play important roles in the global economy, but to an extent it's always being sidelined and not being called out to an extent. So we continue to talk on where Africa stands and why the continent must navigate this difficult and, more importantly, a period where it will never be like this in history, and why African nations have made incredible success and progress in the past couple of years. Why am I making this video today? I'm making this video because I wanted to talk about why at this particular time when the continent of Africa is beginning to imagine itself its survivor. But first, smash the like button if you are from Zambia or from Malawi or from East Africa, wherever you are from around the world, whether in the United States or the continent of Europe, Asia, and across the board. If 15,000 United States of American dollars is a lot of money from where you are coming from, then smash the like button. If 15,000 United States of American dollars is something you feel that you can make use of at the moment, because if I have 15,000 United States of American dollars, like I said in the recent video, I will be thinking of what to do with this amount of money. I will be calculating what business I should be able to create, what employment, and if I'm from Zambia or from Malawi, I will be looking at how to build capacity, open big farms, ensuring that I can start a small business and basically employ locals. So why am I talking about this 15,000 United States of American dollars? Because this is the money. They said it is going to be something like a tentative or a trial that are going to use to request business people and travelers to the United States of America to put this down as some kind of a collateral for them to travel to the United States of America.
Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department has announced new visa requirements for countries which are based on what it identified as high overstay rates and also screening and vetting deficiencies. Now, applicants from Zambia and Malawi will now be the first to be expected to pay bonds of up to $15,000 for some visas once the requirements are unveiled under a pilot program in about 2 weeks. The new requirements have stirred mixed reactions among Zambians.
In a country where an average person lives on $1 per day for all their needs, you get me, that's just the pittance, because $15,000, if you calculate it at today's rate of $22 to $1, is about 370,000 kwacha. It's not only laughable, it is, I think, absurd to expect any Zambian to come up with that money when most of them do not even have any money to pay for schools' education fees.
15,000 United States of American dollars for a businessman or from Zambia or from Malawi to hold it down, or for a tourist to hold this amount of money down before they go to the United States of America. Listen, folks, don't be fooled. The message is clear. You are not welcome. You are not supposed to come to the United States at the moment, because the geostrategic environment has shifted, has changed, and you continue to be informed in a number of ways. 15,000 United States of American dollars It's not chicken change. It's not chicken change in Europe. It's not chicken change in the United States of America. It's no chicken change in the continent of Africa. More importantly, in countries like Malawi and also Zambia, who continue to struggle in a number of ways. I'm not saying that people in Zambia or Malawi don't have some kind of more funds, or they're not rich people or billionaires there. I'm talking about realities here. We have to forget thinking in another way to start engaging these partners from the point of equal partnership.
Zambia is a very rich country. We are 750,000 square kilometers. 90% of that land is arable. We can till, we can weed, and we can produce lots of food. We can reduce poverty, and Zambians will stay in Zambia instead of lining up for $15,000 visas.
Listen, if this particular amount of money was placed by the country of Zambia, that every international expert or United States of American citizen visiting the country of Zambia should put 5,000 or 10,000 United States of American dollars. I think the ambassador of the United States of America, Zambia or Malawi ambassador, will be called to explain this. But what's happening in Africa? They sit there and cry over it, write it on newspaper. The ambassadors need to explain what is the rationale behind this. Again, I really don't want to let Zambians or Malawians or some African nations or people who plan to leave from this country to go to the US to see this as a stumbling block, or to see this as something that won't allow them to go to the US. I think, to me, it's a brilliant opportunity. It is a wake-up call. It is a moment that you guys have to know that the geostrategic landscape has evolved, and you are being asked to toe the line. You are being asked to fix your own system. You are being asked to basically innovate. You are being asked to sit up. You are being asked to continue to look inward. You are being asked to basically make some sacrifices, and more importantly, reorganize yourself, because it will not be business as usual. The world is changing, and the continent of Africa must change.
But political analyst Alex Ngoma says Trump's tightening of U.S. borders is understandable.
And so Donald Trump has actually acted in the best interests of America and its people. He's trying to discourage these illegal immigrants from entering America. You see, when you keep an open door policy to immigrants, you risk even allowing terrorists and the thieves from other countries coming into your country. That's why it's very, very important to really appreciate what Donald Trump has done. He's promoting and protecting American interest in the eyes of those that understand.
15,000 United States of American dollars is not chicken change. I'm going to repeat that, because it comes at a time when the United States of America has engaged countries like South Sudan. We've seen the country of Eswatini. We've seen Nigeria standing up pretty strong. We've seen a whole lot of other countries considering the meeting at the White House, where the issue about migrants was brought up, and African countries are saying that we are the moment. Again, Rwanda has accepted this from some kind of quick pro quo, and South Sudan and Eswatini, that's fine. But the bottom line I'm talking about here is that it is an example of an unequal partnership, an unequal relationship. This quick pro quo geostrategic collaboration that we are seeing at the moment is basically strange. So African nations, in this case Zambia and Malawi, should know that they are informing you, like the minister, the consultant that we watched the video yesterday. If you have not watched that particular video, the minister was basically saying that Zambians are law-abiding people. Zambians are good people. They do not cause crime in the United States or whatever. That is not a point. Malawians are nice people. They are good. That is not a point. That we are respecting the rules and also engaging the United States to see options. That is not a point. Let me just explain what the point is. The United States is basically telling you that you are not welcome, that at this moment, they know what 15,000 United States of American dollars is. It's not chicken change, even in the United States of America.
It could be a way of, don't come to our country. We don't need you. You have no stake. You have no value coming here. So that's what we can think of already just right now. But I'm not sure of their own intentions of having that kind of a sum. But for us, automatically, it's a no-go zone.
There are lots of people in the US that do not even have 1,000 United States of American dollars in their savings or in their bank account. But again, you expect Malawi, Zambians, and some countries to put the bond, to put this amount of money before you travel to the United States of America. Okay, it's fine. It's a collateral. The US must protect its own territory. It must protect its borders. It must ensure that it allows the right people to come in, no doubt. However, it comes at a time when the continent of Africa must revive its existence, talking about the African Continental Free Trade Area. This is a non-negotiable tool that the continent needs at this time, because it comes at a period where we've seen countries like Nigeria, the darling of the United States of America, have been pushed and squeezed to an extent to accept the current proposal. And Nigeria is beginning to realize that the United States, to an extent, has no particular friend when it comes to its own interest. This is pretty clear. So geostrategic collaborations are critical in this particular time in Africa's own survival. The issue with the 15,000 United States of American dollars requesting the country of Malawi and the country of Zambia nationals, tourists or businessmen to go to the country of the United States of America, I think it's a fundamental broken system in the dual strategic collaboration that African countries are facing at the moment.
In a country where an average person lives on $1 per day for all their needs, you get me, that's just the pittance, because $15,000, if you calculate it at today's rate of $22 to $1, is about 370,000 kwacha. It's not only laughable, it is, I think, absurd to expect any Zambian to come up with that money when most of them do not even have any money to pay for schools' education fees.
This unequal partnership, if I'm beginning to think, why should a nation, why should people, because if I did the translation, if I looked at what 15,000 United States of American dollars is in the Zambian kwacha, this is no small money in this country. So I expect the Zambian officials to come out and address this issue, and for the United States of American administration or the ambassadors who are based in these nations to clearly explain to the Zambian people, and more importantly, tell them why they are basically taking this particular route to ensure that it's a total restriction. I don't really want to go to that part of not going to the United States of America, not going there. The bottom line, what the United States of America is saying here is, Mr. Donald Trump has a mandate. He wants to execute on that. And every leader will want to do that. So the continent should not be surprised. I see people like crying, oh, we have to, we are good people, we are nice, but that is not the point. The point they are communicating, they have communicated over and over. The United States has brought up a whole lot of issues, talking about some countries that are not supposed to come to the United States as a result of their background history, as a result of their own historical formation. There are a lot of things happening. But more importantly, they have diverted that into a whole lot of other areas. But again, Mr. Trump, like I said, is a transactional leader, and maybe this particular aspect of $15,000, he wants to gain something from the countries of Malawi, because there will be some aspect of negotiation here. Make no mistake, the United States at the moment is transacting like never before seen. So African countries too must wake up and start making some important choices that are relevant to its own existence. The situation in Malawi and also in Zambia is an indication that the geostrategic environment has completely changed, and Malawi and Zambia should wake up and start asking proper questions and start rebuilding their systems, because the United States of America is not at a strategic partner as it used to be. The US went ahead to cut off aid and, more importantly, lambast the continent with a number of tariffs. This is no joke. If you think that 15,000 United States of American dollars is small money, I'd encourage you to speak to people who are in the United States of America, those who have traveled. I don't know how many businessmen or tourists in the country of Zambia who will put 15,000 United States of American dollars in a bond form that will be returned to them. It's basically saying that the system is full, the system is not going to allow you to come in here, and Zambian officials and Zambian nationals and Zambian citizens and Malawians, so to say, should get this message. It goes across the continent of Africa, reminding the continent that you have to break down your borders, open the doors, allow people to move around, create jobs, because the challenges that the continent of Africa is facing is incredible. I want to thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think in regards to this particular unforgiving collaboration that the country of Zambia and Malawi find themselves with the United States of America at the moment. If you think Zambia and Malawi will be the last, you are mistaken. For now, I will be looking forward to seeing you soon. Have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.